Hey y'all, so I'm back. I did my fake little, whatever I want to call it, I did for like 15 minutes. And then I went and got my stuff and I came back and I got back on there for like 5-10 minutes. I'm tired. I caught my breath though. So that's something I'm going to try to do because I really think I need to exercise more. I might have to find somebody, a partner or somebody that is willing to exercise with me. But on another note, and anybody feel free, because this is an open conversation. This is an open discussion for me. Feel free to ask me to come on the lives. I think I learned how to do it. I learned how to do it from the bottom of my phone. But even if not, if you're in the comments, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to address you in the comment and we're going to go back and forth and talk about it. What is going on? What is going on? I'm not on, she's asking me, I'm not on YouTube. I'm on Facebook. What is going on with this homosexuality stuff with these men? Like, I'm really, I'm confused. I really am. I don't know whether to just leave it and let it go, or do I take and address it? But I'm trying to, like, how do y'all feel? How do y'all feel? Because it's a lot of straight brothers out here. Now, the guy at my job, I kind of knew that he was, I didn't know that he was going both ways, but I felt as though that he was a homosexual. I really did, because like I said, the conversations that I and him have had made a difference. I don't think he realized how savvy I really am, and I picked up on it. This has become, okay, the homosexuality stuff came out, okay, fine. You got the young generation, they're entertaining it, they're doing it. Some of them, I think, are doing it because they think it's cute to dress up and look like a girl, or to walk around with their, like they got a big butt and stuff like that. But on another note, this shit is serious, man. This is not funny. And for women, I don't know how other women feel. I feel some type of way, because this becomes a problem with what type of men we are going into dealing with. This is why I'm shut. I am the way I am. I'm really shut down. Like, I don't involve myself with too many dudes, because I don't have time to worry about whether you sleeping with a woman and you sleeping with a man. I don't have time to worry about if you just straight gay and all. It's like, this is time consuming of our life, and at this point, we don't really have that much, like at my age, we don't really have that much time to be going into all of that. But on another note, like, this shit is ridiculous. This shit is ridiculous. Like, it's getting real out of hand. And a lot of stuff is coming up about a lot of people. And I'm going to say this. This one dude came out of that prison and he said that about another dude. And I don't think he should have said it. And I really despise him for saying it, because I know for sure what he was saying about this man was a lie. But once he said that shit, it's like everybody is coming up with this homosexuality shit. Now, in prison, I'ma stamp it. I do know in prison there are men who do get raped, and that's a difference. There are some men who have been raped, and they basically, as long as they're in prison, they endure that type of, homosexuality, or that type of sex type thing, or however you want to say it. But there's a difference in actually being a homosexuality and actually being raped. And I think it is really leading to something that's real bad. Like, this shit is coming out by the woodworks. It's videos of dudes with women sticking dildos in it. Like, this is becoming a little bit over the boat. Like, for real. What you do, whatever you do in your sex life or inside of your home, that's your personal business. But when it starts begetting that women are feeling some type of way, or when these women get mad, they put your business out in the street, like this shit is it's up in my, like I'm up in the air with this shit, because this is crazy. Because it's like I've heard several dudes and they're cool with me, so now I'm like, I'm looking at this nigga in a different light, like for real. But again, whatever your homosexuality, whatever your sex preference is, that's your thing. But at the same time, man, like this shit is getting real rickety raw out here. It's getting rickety raw. You want to come on, Mr. Twan? It says bring them on the video. I don't know. Hey, I don't understand. Like I'm not confused, but I'm just like fucking applaud. Hey, Antoine, you need to be on here because you need to address this. You need to address this with me, Antoine. I'm not confused by the situation, but I'm fucking applaud. Like, this is crazy. And you know how you will be like, I've been all over the world. Not like, what is it, Bellizzian person, but I'm just saying different states, you know what I'm saying? And as far as DC, I've heard certain little things about certain little dudes, but I looked over it. But now it's like seriously surfacing. And I don't know if people are doing this to them or saying this about them to be spiteful, but if you are, this shit is not funny. Men out here, they got kids, man. I keep saying about the kids, like some men, they got kids, they got a family, like for real. But at the same time, dude, if you wanted to, you know, sleep with a man and sleep with a woman, I think you should have addressed that with your girl or your woman, your wife or somebody. Women are finding out that these men are really homosexuals, and this shit is terrifying. I'm for real. It's not funny, and people, you know, they taking it, to me, I might be wrong, but to me, they taking this shit way out of context. I'm dead ass serious. And then some dudes, they just bringing shit out like it's okay. That shit is not cool, man. This shit is not cool. What's up, Steph? This shit is not cool. This homosexuality shit is really getting out of hand, man. This shit is getting out of hand. So I'm just asking y'all, how do y'all feel about this shit? Because I ain't in this world by myself. How do y'all feel about these? You know, it used to be, oh, we got the down low brothers. That shit was cool. I ain't want to know all this. This is too much information. Oh, shit. This is too much information. This is too much information. And I'm being serious. This is too much motherfucking information. Like, this shit is going overboard. Like, it's like, I don't know if y'all seeing them, but I'm seeing them. And, you know, people make it their business to send me shit because they think but I'm not going to put these dudes out there like that. I'm not going to put these dudes. I'm seeing tapes of these dudes. They said it's girls in the tape. I don't know if that's a bra sticking a dildo in your butt. I don't know. But I'm knowing what I'm saying, and I'm like, man, like literally, what the fuck? But again, you do what you want to do with your sex life. You understand what I'm saying? That's your preference. But at the same time, it ain't all these jail dudes either. I'm going to put that out there. It's not all the dudes that's been in jail. They are very well categorized because, like I said, in prison, yes. Because even when I was in prison, the females, they got raped. Some of them got sexually molested, I'll say. Instead of saying the word rape, that shit is deep. It's deep. By the inmates and the police guards. So the shit works both ways. What's up, Brenda? The shit works both ways. But what I'm saying, like us as women, it's just not safe. Like we don't know. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. And like I said, many years ago, it used to be called, this brother is on the down low. So the down low meant he was a homosexual. You know what I'm saying? But now it's like, this shit is all over the place. It's all over the place. Okay, you can be if you want to be gay, you can be anything you want to be. You can be anything you want to be. That's even for the females. But okay, Mr. Woods, but at the same time, I'm trying to figure out, like, where the fuck is all this shit coming from? Why is it so a necessary need to speak on this shit now? You know, the little rapper dude, Nas X, he came out. Okay. First, I thought it was a show. I really did. I thought, because, you know, a lot of these rappers, they got to do shit to bring their shit up, bring their, you know, they rap game up or whatever. So, at first, I really thought that he was doing some type of show. Now, back in my days, everybody that know me, I hung with Puffy, Mimi, and Tracy. And they were the most viciousest gay women in D.C. So back then, certain dudes that I knew were sleeping with them. You know what I'm saying? That was going on. But the shit now is, to me, it's just so disrespectful. Back then, it wasn't really hush-hush, but it was hush-hush. Because a lot of people that was around us, they know what dudes they were sleeping with and what dudes was giving them money. But nobody was broadcasting the shit. You know what I'm saying? Now it's like a broadcast thing, like, yeah, I'm going to tell her dude sleeping with men. That shit ain't cool, sis. And I don't like this girl no more. I don't. And I told her to her face, I don't like you. Because I don't think that shit is funny what you just did. See, women, you know, they play this bullshit game. And that shit right there is not a game. I held out on that bitch, and I'm going to tell her man is a fucking homosexual. He's sleeping with me. That's not funny to me. And I don't like her no more. And I will never speak to her again. And I will never endure her. And I told her. And she had an excuse. There's no excuse. If you had to tell that girl that shit, you shouldn't have told her that in front of everybody like that. That should have been something private that you should say. See, these bitches play a lot of games. And one thing, I don't play with my fucking health, and I don't play with people that I'm dealing with, niggas I'm sleeping with, or whatever the case may be. That shit is not funny. It's not funny at all. You can get back at a person. You can get back at a female. You can get back at anybody. But it's certain shit you don't cross the line with. And for me, like I told her, if you'd have done that to me, I would be in jail. Because I'd have either beat her up, stabbed up, or something. But she would not be smiling, grinning, or nothing tomorrow. That shit not funny. A lot of shit people play, games people play, mentally fucks a person up, man. And for him, he couldn't even, he didn't, I wasn't there. All I know is, and everything is taped now. Everybody is recording shit, taping shit. So it's a tape. It's a tape. What's up, Chris? What's up, bro? It's a tape. So she viciously taped her telling this girl at a party or wherever the fuck they was that her dude was sleeping. And it wasn't fun. I told her, don't you ever, as long as you continue to breathe, say my name or say nothing to me, because that shit ain't funny to me. It's not funny. It's a way to conduct things and do shit. You just don't come flat out and tell no female that in front of a whole crowd of people. That shit wasn't funny. And all he did was look at her and he walked out. She lucky. Because the real niggas I know, well, they ain't taking no meat in their tail and all of that. They'd have beat the dog shit out of her right where she was standing. See, people, this is getting, this homosexual shit is really getting out of hand. So I'm asking y'all, how do y'all feel about this shit? Because I'm in a mess. And yeah, it ain't me. I mean, it don't. It does it concern me? Yeah, cause I don't know what niggas to grin with, what niggas to not to grin with. But at the same time, you can be what you want to be. You can do what you want to do. That's your sex life. That's your preference. But I don't like the way that they're doing this shit. And like I said in the beginning of this video, women are sleeping with men, sticking dildos in these dudes' ass, and then when you get mad at them, you post it. Like, man, come on, like, we have to grow up. We have to grow up. It's a way to get back at people for anything that they done to you. Trust me, it's a way. But this shit here, this homosexual shit, this is off beat, man. Like, this off bracket. And like I said again, yes, there's a difference when somebody rape you or actually physically put you in a situation like that, then you actually volunteering to do something like that. So men in prison, they get raped. They get sexually molested. Women in prison, they get raped. They get sexually molested. Like I said, it goes both ways. When I was locked up, women get sexually molested. They get sexually molested by the inmates and the guards. And there were days that I sat in my cell and I prayed. Because if one of them guards would have came in there and did something to me like that, I wouldn't have been able to be functional. I'm just keeping it real. So does it happen in prison? Most definitely. That's a 100%. And there's a difference. When somebody taking it from you, then you've been volunteer to give it up. And see, in prison, all right. When you're such oh, thanks, Shadon. Love you, little sis. When you get into, like, people have to understand, you know, I don't know if they understand it or not. I'm really trying to figure this shit out. I'm really trying to figure this shit out because, like I said, back in my days when I hung with Puffy, Mimi, and Tracy, we knew what men they were sleeping with. We knew dudes was doing it because they were still men. Only one of them had that surgery situation, and that was Ann. But they were still men. So it's been going on for many years. But now, today, it's like, what the fuck? Everybody, you just put your sex business out in the street? Yeah, I'm going to get mad at him and I'm going to tell you sleeping with men, you this, that, you taking it. It's disgusting to me. I'm serious. Whatever you do with your sex life, you do with your sex life. But at a certain point in time, man, this shit don't need to be discussed like it is. And I'm just one person on Facebook saying it. But I'm hearing other people say it too. Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. And over the last 2 to 3 years, this shit has been very bluntly in DC. Very abundantly. And like I said, I don't know if y'all seeing these videos, but I'm seeing them, and certain people sending them to me because they think I'm not going to put no dude out in the street like that. All I'm gonna do is, when I see you, I'm gonna keep it moving. You know, I don't, everybody got a sexual preference about different things. Some people, me, I like toys. That's how I settle my shit. I like toys. But I'm a female. But I don't know, men probably like toys and shit too. I don't know, but what I'm saying is, this homosexual shit, what's up, bruh? This homosexual shit, it's going overboard, man. It's really going overboard. And like I said, some of these little young dudes, I think they do it because they think it's cute to dress up like a girl. But when you go to the jail, baby, you don't go on the girl's side. You go on the men's side. And them big white Crockett Aryan brothers and them big black dudes in there, they know that you've been out here dressing up like you a girl, laughing like it's funny, and that's when it becomes the rape and the taking of your body. And that shit is serious. And I said it before, I had a bunkie and it happened to her. And all she was doing was she was basically just being pretty for one officer. And he was putting money on her books. But they decided somebody else wanted her, and she had no idea what the hell was going on. So that shit gets real. It's real. So when you in prison and a gang of men in a fucking shower and you get in a shower and they do that to you, it's nothing nice. It's, hey Joanna, hey sweetie. It's nothing nice. It's nothing nice. That's the same thing about the females. The same exact thing about the females. And I had my own story, but I didn't get raped. I didn't, because like I said, if it would have happened to me, I don't think I would be able to function. I'm just keeping it real. But me, the strong will that I have and how I am, how I operate, I might have could have just shut that shit off, but it's been in a long time. There's a difference. There is a distance. We're going to invite you to our... Oh, wow. I will be there. I will most definitely be there, bro. That is... When was y'all going to tell me? Sis ain't even inboxed me to tell me. Oh, wow. Congratulations, bro. You know I'm coming. I'm going to get her. She didn't even inbox me to tell me. Okay. It's like... You can't separate, and I had all my life, like I had my uncles and stuff, they were gay, they was homosexual, but they did it, they were discreet and respectful about it. You understand what I'm saying? The men that they deal with or whatever, they were discreet and respectful about it. Even though that they were like that, they didn't force that on us or let us see us with men and stuff like that. They were always jolly and happy and doing what they do. This shit today with these men and these boys and married men sitting up here talking about they go both ways. It's not funny to me. It's not funny. It's really not funny. And like I said, Puffy, Tracy, and Mimi, they was the sweetest gay people I've ever had in my life, and I miss all of them. But they told me as a young girl, you know what I'm saying? Astoria don't mess with him. He sleep with men. Astoria don't. But it was, like I said, like I'm saying, it wasn't so fucking blunt. It wasn't so open out in the open. You know what I'm saying? We had the go-go's, we had Kirk parties and shit like that. We knew what certain dudes in there that were sleeping with men. But this shit is getting out, like, it's like nobody has respect for another person's space about nothing. This shit is just getting out of hand. And like I said, I don't know if y'all seeing these videos, but I'm shocked. But these supposed to be their girlfriends. Like I told the dude, because they was talking about it. And he was like, let me tell her I'm not, hold on, how do I do this? Hold on 1 minute, y'all. I can't do it that way. Okay, I got her together. Like they were talking about it, and somebody told him that I was there, and like I have nothing to say. That's his personal business. So he, wanted me to know that it was his girl. It doesn't matter to me if it was your girl and the girl put the video out. She's supposed to put the video out. I can't. I'm home. I'm home, Mr. Woods. I'm home. I can't say if that was a dude putting a dildo in his butt or was it a girl, because I refuse to even, after I seen the video for a little, and it's on, the video is on Instagram. That's what shocked me, because I'm like, wait a minute. And then they got his name up there. That's what threw me. So when they sent it to me, I was like, I just scrolled past this on Instagram. But what I'm saying, I don't think it's funny. So he was like, Astoria, I heard you. I wasn't nowhere. I ain't hear nothing. I don't know what you're talking about. So I don't want you to look at me. I'm not looking at you in no type of way. I really don't care. But at the same time, this shit is going overboard, man. All this homosexuality shit is really going overboard. I don't like women. I don't like threesomes. I'm not in, and like I said, I know a lot of females that's into that. I know a lot of dudes that's into that. And it's not because of my age or whatever. I'm just not into that. I'm not. I'm just not into that. But like I said, I'm not going to be biased against somebody else's homosexuality. But what I'm saying is, this shit about these dudes and this homosexuality shit is getting out of hand. It's really getting out of hand. And it's coming from every direction. And I'm going to say it again. When you are in prison, there's a difference than you voluntarily wanting to sleep with a man. So see, because in prison, if you voluntarily sleep with one dude, he's going to have to protect you against the rest of them dudes. Because that's open ground. You in prison in a fucking cell in one ground. Can't nobody help you. Ain't nobody coming to help you. And like I said before, if the police don't like you, they put you in your cell, and when they lock everybody else down, whoever wants to attack you for whatever reason, they let them out and open your cell up. So when people think prison is okay and all these bad macho niggas, that shit ain't real. That shit ain't real. Some of the good ones have really lasted, but they done went through some shit too. That shit is not real. So again, when they keep talking about these dudes in prison, they coming out of prison and they done got homosexuality and this and that. They have been raped. A man has taken their bodies, or however you want to take it. That shit is not, that don't count. That doesn't count. But when you voluntarily want to sleep with somebody in that area, then you know it is what it is. A lot of men go to prison and they're vulnerable. A lot of young dudes go to prison and they're vulnerable. I had my cousin Malcolm to tell me one time. He said, I'm going to tell you something, little cuz. Because he asked me, he said, what happened when you went to prison? So I'm telling him, yeah, because my bunkie got raped. By the police. Not by the inmates. By the police. But there were other females in there. They were raping girls too. And it's a thing when they come to you and they basically bully you. A lot of I had two bunkies, young girls that got bullied into the homosexuality. So they really wasn't raped, but they was bullied into it. So they went on along with the program. He said in Lewisburg, there was a young guy in there in his 30s. I think he was in his 30s, or no, he was in his 20s. He got 35 years. He committed some murders. So he in there playing basketball, pants all down, uniform and shit. So all the little DC dudes in there, the older dudes was telling him, pull your pants up, shorty. You got these old pervert niggas in here. They gonna come and attack you. Young boy ain't. And this is what happened to a lot of young boys. And this shit is sad. It's not funny. So when y'all speaking on how these dudes in prison being homosexuality, they are being raped, that's not funny. That shit is serious. It's not funny when a man is taking something from another man. So he kept on. He started playing basketball with this older dude. And my cousin said the older dude kept getting up on him. You know how you playing basketball, but he kept getting up on the young dude. Young boy ain't paying no mind. He telling all the old heads, man, ain't nobody gonna do that to me. I'm good in here, this, that, and other. Not knowing this one old man he pervert. He was locked up for like 50-something years or whatever. So he been taking ass the whole time he was locked up. And it's not nothing nice to me to say out my mouth because that shit is real. So he said the old dude waited till the little boy went in the shower and told the guards, lead him in the shower. And he put a knife to his throat and told him, you know what it is. And what did that little boy do? He had to go through that shit. His grandmother come to see him on a visit. He done got gel in his head, just turned his whole fucking life around. He got gel in his head. He's sitting in the grandmother trying to figure out what the fuck wrong with her grandson. So that's what I'm saying. It's not funny how they bringing all this shit out because in prison, they are being molested. There's a difference. A lot of them get molested in there and they turn into that because they feel now they done took it from me. This how I gotta live in here. This how I gotta eat in here. With me, I seen a lot of females, young girls, go through that by being bullied. A lot of older bras in there, they ain't got older dolphins, and they said DC girl. They didn't believe I was a DC girl because of my skin and I had all my teeth. I didn't look like a DC girl. DC girls were like more like drug addicts. They come in there, hair all missing, eyes all beat up, skin all fucked up, no teeth and all that. So I had a problem because they really didn't think I was from DC. Then my number was 037 at the end. I didn't have a 007, so that really put me in a position. But at the end of the day, it was a lot of bras that was locked up that knew me from the street and knew my name. But that shit is real. So when I'm seeing these little girls coming in, they so vulnerable. Vulnerability of a person is a motherfucker. I'm telling you. And when you in a setting like that and you feel you don't have nobody to talk to, you don't have nobody to depend on it, and you got these old ass bras coming to my baby girl, I got you. Your baby girl, you can talk to me any day, but the whole time they want to wrap you up and have sex with you and get you in the buy shit or commissary. That shit is real. So when they spreading all this prison shit, talking about these dudes, this homosexuality, and they sleeping with men and all that, a lot of these dudes, man, that shit may have happened to them. And they are mentally fucked up. I'm telling you. Like, this shit is real. This shit is nothing to play with, and it's nothing funny. It's nothing funny. And a lot of this shit is coming out. This one nigga got out of jail and said this about one fucking dude, and this shit done spread it all over the fucking country. And he lied on him. And I swear on everything I love, if he give me just one day to tell what the fuck that shit was really about, I'm going to blow his ass out of here because I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. And like I said, you got a lot of these young little boys, they playing with this homosexuality. They dressing up like girls, putting on big butt pads and shit. They think that shit funny until they get their ass over to jail. And over DC jail ain't no better. That's the worst motherfucking place. That's the worst count between DC jail and they got another one called Warsaw. That's way down in fucking Virginia. Them two county prisons. Then they got another one called Orange County. Those county prisons ain't nothing to fuck with. And I'm keeping it 100. Nothing to fuck with. At all. At all. So I'm saying this, I ask y'all how y'all feel. This homosexuality shit is really beyond belief. And like I said again, my uncles, they passed away now. I've been around them since I was a fucking baby. But I never seen them sleeping in the bed with a man. I never knew they were sleeping with men. They were all funny, gathering. You know, we had fun with them. Me, my mother, my sister, my family, we had fun with them. So I never really knew about all this molesting and taking ass from this one and putting dildos and all. I never knew nothing about that. Then as I grew older, I got with Puffy, Mimi, and Tracy. And all they did to me, that's why I said when the story was told by a certain person I'm affiliated with, I knew it was a lie. Because between Puffy, Mimi, and Tracy, they had a lot of dudes in DC. They had a lot of dudes in DC. I done went on dates with them and sat out in the hotel room and wait till they finish. But what I'm saying is, it was the respect of the whole situation, and the shit wasn't so fucking open and trying to embarrass people about it. And like I said, this girl, I told her, and she watches my live. She probably on here. I specifically told her, don't ever fucking speak to me again. As a matter of fact, bitch, I don't even know you. She waited till this boy got to, I don't know where they was. And then she videoed it to tell him in front of his friends, his girl, wife, or whoever the other girl is, I don't know. She bust out on him and said, yeah, you need to tell them how you sleeping with men. That shit ain't cool. Ain't nothing funny about that, because if it was me, she'd have been on that motherfucking floor. Like I said, she'd have had a knife and a beat up some, I'd be over to jail somewhere. That shit is not funny. See, people don't know how to stay in their fucking lane about a lot of things, man. And when you run around here teasing these men, like I said it to that other motherfucker, but I meant what I said because he was playing with me. Seriously. But in some reality shit, that shit mentally fucks with you. A lot of men don't want it to be known that they got raped in prison and sexually molested. That shit ain't nothing cool, man. That shit is nothing cool at all. Because I said it again, I said in my cell when I was in Tallahassee, Florida, I sat in my cell plenty of days praying that this motherfucker wouldn't come in there and get me. But he got my bunkie. But inshallah, it wasn't meant for me. They hurt him and got me the hell up out of there. But I did not tell because I'm not no snitch. And she was my bunkie and I loved her, but I could not bring myself to tell them what I knew he did to her. She had already told her, she had her evidence anyway, so they really didn't even fucking need me. But I wasn't sleeping, eating enough, and my counselor knew. She was like, I hadn't eaten 3 days because I'm sitting up looking at the fucking door. So that shit is real. And like I said, it's a difference when you're in a shower, when somebody stick the knife through your throat and rape you, molest you, when they're taking it from you. That's a difference. But if it's voluntary, you got to watch your ass. And whoever you, that go for the women too. If you go in there and you volunteer, you wanna be girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever the fuck they call it, to another woman, you got to make sure that that woman that you with protects you from these other women. Because if you want to sleep with one woman, they figure, well, you going to be a fucking hood. You going to be the jail bitch. We going to roll you around everybody. So that shit is mentally fucked up, man. And it's something to deal with. It's nothing funny. It's nothing funny. And I'm just saying how people just rolling this shit off their lips. Yeah, he like it in the ass and this, that. That's not nothing spectacular to be saying. I don't even think I could bring myself to say that to somebody that I really even care about or I'm in shock. Like I was in shock about the dude. Like I said, his shit is on the internet. I don't know if that's a girl sticking it in them or a dude. I don't know. But see, when people get mad at people, you have to learn. Everything ain't for everybody. It's always, and I had to calm myself down and learn too. It's always a way to get back at a motherfucker. Always. But this bra here, I don't want nothing to do with her. I don't want, and I deleted it off my page, and somebody called me and said, Storsha, she made a fake page. You're pressed, bitch. But you go ahead, because she know I mean business. Because I feel as though as a woman, you embarrassed yourself also because you slept with him. So if he's sleeping with men and sleeping with all these people, you embarrassed yourself too because you slept with him, you fucking dummy. I ain't hiding nothing, but my personal business is my personal business. And like I said, I ain't with all that shit. I'll go get me a toy. And I know niggas like toys too. But what I'm saying, for us as women, we don't know how to address these men. Because you don't know what the fuck you going into. And that shit is real. So for me, I just backs the fuck up. It is what it is. See you later. But the boy at my job, the dude at my job, I just thought he was straight gay. And he texted me today and was like, I had no idea that you picked it up. No, you forgot I'm a street bitch. Let's keep that 100. You totally forgot that. So I had been picked it up on him, but I didn't know he went both ways. And when I really look at it, I respect that he said it. Because a lot of people don't say that they bisexual. They just let you go on and on and on and on. Until you catch them or somebody say it. So when I really thought about it, after I posted it, which y'all laughing and shit, but I really thought about it, I respect him for saying he bisexual. But he ain't doing nothing with me, so that's dead. It was dead from the door, cause he asked me 2 times to go. I was like, go where? No, thank you. I don't go out. Fuck. But on some for real shit, because I already felt that there was I tell people all the time, if you as smart as you think you are, learn to read people. And what I mean by learn to read people, you can have a conversation with a person, that'll tell you everything about them right then and there. Everything that you really want to know, they will tell you. It's certain questions that you ask a person, certain conversations that you have with a person, certain discussions you have about certain things. If you're smart enough, you can detect right there what type of person you're dealing with. So when I was having conversations with him and asking him certain things, and the way he was laughing and flimsing off, I already knew that he had some fruit cup in his tank. And I told him, you need to be brighter than you are, because you should have known that I was going to pick that up. Like on some for real shit. And I also know it's a dude that I had some conversations with, and he was a fruit cup, but I didn't pick it up on him, because he was straight muscle. But the whole time, he liked the other sex, and he liked to get it too. So when I found out from him, because he dropped something one day that came from somewhere, and I was like, only homosexual people go to this place. It was a bar. And I was like, what the fuck? But it didn't dawn on me, because I ain't sleeping with him nothing. We was doing some business. So one day we went out to eat, doing some business. Actually, we went to get a sandwich, and he dropped the card. So y'all know how I am. I ain't got no fucking cards. I don't have a filter. I told him, I said, you dropped this card. And he looked at me, and I said, don't even worry about it. And I would have never thought that he like men. I would have never thought that. And this is what I'm saying. Like, this shit is not funny. It's not funny. And it ain't all these jail niggas either. It ain't all these jail dudes either. There's a lot of dudes out here that ain't been to jail, but they like, that's their thing. And I say it again, whatever your sex preference is, that's your sex preference. Anybody can have sex any kind of way they want, how they want, whenever they want. That's their sex preference. But what I'm saying is, the shit is how they doing it. It's a way to do certain things. And like I said, I'm the only person on Facebook right now probably talking about this, but I'm hearing it from different people. This shit is appalling. And it's coming up like daily. It's no secrecy around. Like, nobody has any fucking privacy for nothing anymore. None. Not even for themselves. Like, my God. Ross running around here, yeah, he's sleeping with Felicia, Tammy, and Karen, and all these people, and she's sleeping with this. Why y'all can't just mind y'all motherfucking business? Y'all know how much shit I really know and know about people, but do you think I'm going to put these people business in a fucking street? Like, how am I gonna eat off that? Where do I get the satisfaction for that? And I've been this way all my fucking life. I don't, just to tell somebody else's business like that, man, what are you gaining? And you want to know why a lot of people be trying to murk people and get them out of here? Now, I ain't talking about no sucker shit, like no niggas talking shit to another nigga and you trying to be this bad nigga when you a little bitch. I ain't talking about none of that. I'm talking about some serious shit, like people serious their personal business. If a person trusts you with something or trusts you with their business of any kind, a lot of people, man, don't have people that they can actually reach out to and say, I can seriously go to this person and I can seriously vent to this person and I know all my fucking business will not be in the street, or they not gonna call somebody and say, you know what, I know this about that bitch. And with me, I tries that. So when I see, I be, and I'm gonna tell, I be testing bitches. I be testing niggas too. If I tell you one little thing, I'm not gonna tell you the truth. But I'm going to tell you one little thing, and I'm going to see how the fuck far you go with that shit. And that right there defines to me, I'm not fucking with this bitch, or I'm not fucking with this nigga, because they talk too motherfucking much, and I can't trust them with nothing. It's hard to find people that you can honestly have a fucking conversation with, and you can tell them something, and it's not going to go nowhere. And people may think I'm crazy. I used to own, I do it with 2 people now. And I know they not going to say nothing. Whatever the fuck we talk about, that shit going to stay between us. And that man in that cell. Because I know he not going to say nothing. But it's too much going on right now. So because when people got to understand, when you write in certain shit and you send in certain shit, you gotta know what you're doing. Because we still dealing with the feds all around this motherfucker, on social media, the prisons, the people. You gotta know what you're saying. So a lot does not need to be said. So sometimes I take and I talk to I keep that shit in my head. Like, seriously, because a lot of these motherfuckers out here, man, they're not to be trusted. And that's the worst thing you could do, is think you could trust somebody and you put something in their hands. And a lot of motherfuckers, they're so cruddy at heart. They got a bad soul. Some people will take that shit from you and they will hold it until y'all have a disagreement or some jump off. And then you done totally probably forgot that you really vented to this person or something, and that shit comes out. Now you somewhere, all your business in the street, niggas laughing at you, bitches laughing at you, or you probably done told them something about somebody else and they ready to kill you. So a lot of shit, you gotta watch what you doing out here. And this homosexuality shit, this shit not funny. It's not funny to me. And I'm not just saying it because they said that about somebody that I'm affiliated with. I'm saying it, period. I done heard bitches that's married to niggas and will get on Facebook and say, oh, he probably out there fucking that nigga, this and that's nothing. You as a woman, that's not nothing for you to validate to the fucking public that you know your man sleep with other men. So what the fuck, all y'all having a threesome together? Like, what the fuck is going on? Since you want to put it out there like that, you letting everybody know this nigga is sleeping with men. But I'm married to this motherfucker. Do you think that shit is appropriate as a woman? I done heard people, oh yeah, we had threesomes. What you and your husband or you and your boyfriend do in your household, that's your personal fucking business. If y'all like having threesomes, sorry nada. That's what you do. But it's not, what I'm saying is, it's not for the fucking public. Everything does not have to be broadcast. And these men, boys, are getting raped, molested in prison, and females are getting raped and molested in prison. This shit ain't funny. It's not funny. And I don't know if y'all remember a long time ago, his name is Tank. And he's from 58th. I will never forget him. Tank. It used to be Tank, Daddy, and another one. It used to be like 4 of them from 58th. Tank went to prison. Young dude. Tank went to prison. I think Tank was like 25 years old. A dude came home from prison and told everybody, made Tank rest in peace. Because the day that he killed himself, I was outside. Tank, the dude came home from prison telling everybody around 58. That nigga Tank, he a faggy motherfucker. But I caught him in the cell with a nigga sticking his thing up in him and this, that, and other. I was young. I had no idea what the fuck that meant. And I'm serious. Tank was getting out of prison in 2 months. A girl went to see Tank and they denied her visit. She came back and she told Tank's mother. A dude was in the visiting hall and told me that they denied my visit because your son in there sleeping with men. They made him, and see, the prison used to do this. They don't do, I don't think they do this shit no more. But I know this for positivity. They used to make you call your parents and call home and tell them that you was that you're in prison and you having homosexuality with men and shit. I don't know if they still do it anymore, but I would never forget this shit. They went in and they caught Tank. I guess he was in the mood. I don't know if he was on top, he was on bottom, the booze was on top of the, I don't know. But they made him call home and tell his mother. He called and told his mother, that's her son. She told him, because Daddy and Tank was best friends and I was rolling around with them. Me and Daddy sitting in there, me, Daddy, Sharice, another girl, her name Beverly, may she rest in peace, she got hit by a car. This other little dude, JoJo, it was like 12 of us sitting in Tank mother house because we was trying to figure out, we thought he was getting out that day, but he wasn't. His mother said, now why the fuck would they call me from a prison and tell me something like that? What's up, Antoinette? Hey, Charlene. Why would they call me from a prison and tell me something like that about my son? I was mad at his mother, but I was young and I really didn't understand like what the fuck was really going on, because she actually told us what they told her. So that put him in a position when he came home, everybody knew he was in prison sleeping with men. And we don't know if he got sexually molested or he went in there and just started doing it. Tank came home. We had everybody had a big old party. We had a big old party in 58. The building is gone now, but everybody that's from Southeast, Northeast, or whatever, you know the big ass building, 58th, by up there by the subway, off of what's that right where the shrimp boat go up that street. Tank came home. So me and Daddy, we conversating this. They trying to tell, but I was young. I was not in, but I will never forget the story. Tank came home. It only take one person, man, to bring your motherfucking glass house down. So we out there, they out there, they drink. They used to drink a lot. Young dudes. They was young dudes, but they was getting money. Everybody know about 58th, like I said. So everybody, we sitting out there in the parking lot. 58th had the building was sitting up there, and then you got to come in, and the parking lot right there's only one way in and one way out there, motherfucker. So everybody, we outside, they got the music and everything. This motherfucker walked up to Tank and said, I don't want you around here. You can have your little party, do whatever you want to do, but I don't want you to use a gun. You faggy motherfucker, you in jail taking, he said something else, I'm not going to say that word, y'all know, but you taking that iron in your ass and this, that, and the other. The whole fucking party stopped, y'all. So Tank was like, what you saying out your mouth? You don't even know what you're talking about. He had no idea that the people had called and that his mother had told everybody. So he, in his era, nobody knew. He didn't even know the girl came back and said nothing. He just knew they denied her visit. So in his mind, and I'm looking at him like, he don't fucking know that we know. He had no idea that everybody knew what was going on. Tank beat the shit out this boy. That was a fighting motherfucker. Taking iron and all that. He was fighting motherfucker. Tank beat the shit out of him. Beat this motherfucker so bad he was bleeding from one side of the fucking grass to the other. And I'm standing there like, my mother don't know where I'm at. I'm getting ready to go home. When I'm going home that night, they blocked the block party in. So the police couldn't get in while he beat the shit out of him. Back in the day, talk about back in the day, the hoods, they was real and they stuck together. Now, mind you, he was from 58. The dude that said it, he was from 58, but he also was from Lincoln Heights. So he all the way down on that, Lincoln Heights, all the way down on the other side. He all the way down that end talking shit. Tank beat his ass out there. But what happened, we had no idea. So they blocked it. They blocked the block party in. Police come from everywhere. They dragged him out the block. They had the big, they had the gate, the big orange joints up. The dudes from 58 dragged this motherfucker to the curve. So the police got him, picked him up, whatever. Nobody know what happened to him. Nobody even know what's going on. Tank done went in the building and got his shit, then got himself together. We thinking after the police gone and everything, everybody's still outside. 2 a.m. I will never forget it. So I'm saying to myself, how I'm going to get out of this motherfucker? Because I know my mother is looking for me. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. So I told Daddy, I said, let me go in your house. I'm going to have to call my mother and tell her that I'm okay and I'm on my way home. So I'm in. Tank mother lived 3 doors down, right under Daddy mother apartment. So me, Daddy, and the girl Beverly, we in Daddy house. I'm using the phone. So they telling me, they're like, hurry up, Astoria, come on, because we got to get back outside, see what's going on. I heard his mother say, you out there fighting that boy, you beat that boy like that. We can hear her. His mother's voice was loud. Like, I got a loud voice too, but her voice was real loud. And I think to her, she was really hurt. You know what I'm saying? It was more so of her being hurt that these people done called her and told her the son is basically fucking gay. And now she got to sit here and look at this shit. So Tank was bleeding. His face was bleeding. So she was like, wipe your motherfucking face off. And I really don't think that was the time for her to have that talk with her son, but she was so furious. So he ain't tell my mom, all right, this and that. She's like, you ain't all right. And I heard sometimes she slammed something. She said, and what the fuck is this? They talking about you in jail sleeping with men. We all looked at each other and I don't know. We didn't hear him say nothing. We heard her say, where the fuck is you going? If anybody been in them apartments in 58th, it's like this the living room and the kitchen. The bedrooms is all the way down the fucking hallway. Them apartments had long ass hallways. So to her hallway, he went to his room. All we heard her say is, where the fuck is you going? Come back here. And we can hear her feet walking down the hallway. And the next thing we knew, we heard a fucking gunshot. My scary ass of bullets back then. I just bust out crying. because we had no idea that he had shot himself. But we thinking the dudes that this dude that he just beat up, them niggas from Lincoln Heights done got up in the building, they shooting in the motherfucker. But that wasn't it. That was our first, because Daddy was like, y'all get behind the couch or get in the closet. And me and Beverly trying to figure out where the fuck is we hiding this little, the apartment is big, but on some other shit is little. So if they break in this door, they're going to find us. So I'm crying and she told me, let's get in the shower. And the whole fucking time, Tank killed himself. His mother, while we running around trying to figure, Daddy trying to get his shit together, whatever, we heard her scream. She screamed, and when she screamed, she said, Tank, my son. And by this time, I guess this when she went in his room and picked him up. And may he rest in peace. I will never forget that shit. And when Puffy had asked me, she was like, because people kept saying somebody killed him on the street. No, they didn't. He did not get killed on the street. Now, Daddy got shot in his hand and his arm, and he didn't want to go to the hospital, and he bled to death. Tank killed himself on account of that shit right there. So that's what I'm saying. That homosexuality shit plays a big part with people, man. It play, you might not know. That other nigga I said that shit, I don't give a fuck. I hope he do go do something to himself. And that probably is bad for me to say, but on some for real shit, because he just keep doing shit. So, but I don't have no sympathy for him. And I know it happened to him. He been in there since he was 15. And by them days when he was in there, back in them days, that's when they was sexually molesting them boys. So what I'm saying is, people, you gotta understand, man. And I know a lot of people don't understand because of this world we live in is so fucking cruel. They don't give a fuck about the next person. Because even with me, if I'm somewhere with a dude and a broad come up and talk about, yeah, you don't know he's sleeping with men, and both of them motherfuckers might be out of here because my mind is going to go somewhere else. So what I'm saying to y'all is, I was asking people, like, how do y'all feel about this shit? How do y'all feel about this shit, man? Like, for real. This shit is serious. And people, y'all got kids and grandkids and shit. This homosexuality shit is serious. And I see girl, that's my girlfriend. I like girls. And I ain't got nothing against you. But you are voluntarily doing that. Nobody is forcing you. Nobody is catching you, putting a knife to your throat, or they not getting you in a cell, waiting till you get in your cell and they throw you down on the bed and a bunch of niggas take your pants off and just sexually molest you. So there's a difference. And these jail dudes, I'm going to say it again. The jail people, yes. It happens every day, every minute, every hour. You got some dudes in there that have been molested as long as they've been in jail and they still being molested. Then you got some dudes, like the video I put up the other day, how this dude was a fucking pastor. And the other little dude, he was just a little street dude. The other little dude, he only had 10 years. And in 10 years, you mean to tell me you was that vulnerable, you was that needy of another body, that you took and slept with this man and made him your girl. The man in there washing clothes out the toilet. And he was the man that he was sleeping with was a pastor. So does this shit happen? Yes, it happens every day in prison. I know females that goes on visits with dudes and kissing them and all that, and they get up and go to the back. They got a whole nigga in the back they sleeping with. This shit is raw. It is raw, I'm telling you. So when people laughing and you want to put people business out there in the street that they homosexuals and this, that shit ain't funny. It's not, and I know everybody not gonna, they never do feel the same way I do about certain things, but women, I done heard girls say, and this, please, how they take and play around a man's butthole area and see. I'm not doing no shit like that. I think that's sick. But I'm telling you, and if a man wants you to do something to him like that, then you needs to back up. Because it ain't your finger he working with. You need to back up. I'm serious. This shit is real out here. And like I said, this shit ain't hit DC all like this until this one person got out of jail and said that shit and they blew this shit up. Now everybody coming from everywhere with it. Yeah, so-and-so, he sleep with men, he like it in the, and all this, like, I know I say certain things out my mouth, but for me to be walking around talking about, yeah, he taking that thing right there in his ass and all, I'm against it. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that because at the same time, you know, you have to be a lady, you have to be a woman about certain things that you say out your mouth. Even when I get mad, I don't even think I could, because that to me is disgusting. I don't want to know that. And I know, like I said, these homosexual men that really are homosexual men, gay men or whatever, that's what they do. I've been around them all my life. I have a cousin that's one. All my life. My niece she's a you know, she like girls. So it is what it is, but it's a fucking way to deal with it, and it's a preference how you address it. It doesn't, that have to come everybody's fucking business in the world what somebody is doing in their bedroom with their sex life. I had a dude to say he like playing with the toys with the girls, and he like 4 and 5 girls in the room, but he also like a man in the room. And at first I was confused. So I asked him, I said, so when you want the man in the room, you and the dude is sharing the girls. This is in my head. He said, no, we all sharing each other. Oh, baby, that's a lot. That's a lot for me. I done heard a little girl say she was somewhere at a party. They got these parties. And I walked into one day and I was mad. I was mad at the fucking girl because I'm looking at her like, are you trying to be funny, or did you think that I was gonna like this? If that's what you like, it's called the swingers. Nobody in there had no fucking clothes on, and I'm in there standing there looking stupid. Cause remember, I don't like to take my clothes off in front of no females. So when I went to prison, I had to do that shit when we was on that shower. Remember, I got in the shower with all my clothes on. So I'm looking at this bitch like, you was being funny? So she said, Astoria, I apologize because I didn't know. You didn't know what? I never told you I liked the women. I never told, she said, it's not just women in here. Bitch, it's about 90 people in that motherfucker, and I'm over exaggerating. Nobody got no clothes on, and they all, it's just like they was all screwing other people. Nobody knew each other. I take it. So they were just in there screwing, this one walking over here screwing that one, this one. And I'm looking like, what the fuck? No, this is not my scene. So I left her there and told her, bitch, call you an Uber. This is why I don't like to go places and I'm not driving, because when people want to do certain shit like that, or if I'm somewhere and they not ready to go, I'm ready to go. So if I ain't got my wheels, I'm not going unless I most definitely know the person that I'm with. When I tell her I'm ready to go, she ready to go too, or we gonna combine together. But it was a fucking swingers party right up Mount Pleasant, uptown, up in a big ass house, and you go up this. I thought that they had the red light, the green light, the yellow light, the white light. I know around Mount Pleasant, up Columbia Road, them Mexicans and all them people up there, they parties. So that's what I'm thinking. We going to a party that got 3 floors or whatever, and you maybe they got different music. You got American music on one floor, Jamaican music on one floor, Colombian music on another floor. That's not what I walked into. And I'm walking up down the step. These motherfuckers, they walking up and down the step, asshole naked, everything out. Titties, coochie, balls, nuts, every motherfucking thing. I was devastated. And I left her. Because I'm like, that's not my scene. And I'm not against nothing nobody do, because that's your business, that's your preference. But bitch, if I tell you I ain't with it, I'm not with it. You not gonna get me with it. You not gonna change my mind. I just don't. I don't want no woman rubbing on my titties or touching on me. I ain't with all that shit. But however they live their life and whatever they do, you do what you do. I'm just not with it. And like I said, it ain't even about my age. It is what it is. I'm not with all of that. So a lot of people, they with it, they comfortable with it. You know, you got girls, they have orgies or whatever with their husbands, their boyfriends. Okay. If one want to do, I'm gonna nicely tell him, you want me to pay for 2 bitches for you? Because I won't be one of them. But if that's the fun you want to have, I ain't going to stop you from wanting to have your fun. But just know I'm not going to be included in that equation. Motherfucker come home from jail, that's what you want to do? You know the 2 you want? Let me find them 2 bras for you. And you go ahead. I'm not getting engaging in that shit. And a lot of women, they be like, well, you know, I do it, you know, to satisfy my... We do, a whole lot of women, we do stuff to satisfy men. But that's one thing I'm not going to do. But if that's what he want to do, I'm not going to stop his fun. I'm most definitely not going to do that. But I'm just, because I'm not into that. I feel awkward, funny. And then, you know, I've had people to say, well, maybe you should try this, that, and the other. No, I'll pass. But please believe me, a dude I'm dealing with anything, if that's what he want to do, I'm going to help his ass out. That's your sexual preference. I'm not going to stop you. But when you start talking about you want to sleep with another man, nigga, you got to go. First of all, you ain't even coming over here if you doing that type of shit. But if you feel as though you want to go and have your little orgy with 2 bras or whatever, I'm going to help you out. Go ahead. Yeah, I'm going to help. I'm most definitely, I'm going to help. And I keep that shit real. I'm going to help you out. Go ahead. But just know, I'm not going to get into that. I'll see you later. I'm not sitting and watching or none of that. None of it. Because that type of shit does not... A lot of people say they do it because that drives their sex drive, or, you know, that's how they get their sex drive, whatever. Okay, cool. Whatever gets you where you need to be. But for me, that shit don't work for me. So I'm just saying, like, us as women, man, this homosexuality shit is fucking real. I'm just telling you, it's fucking real. And those men in them prison cells, if you got 3,000 men, you best fucking believe 16,000 of them done got sexually molested. Every fucking man in this world does not walk in a prison cell and say, here, this is my butt, you take it. It doesn't work like that. And that's the same thing for the females. You got a lot of girls, man, they go to prison at 15 to 17 years old. They never had a life on the street. So when they get to prison, they are vulnerable. And you got a lot of these old head bitches, just like you got a lot of old head dudes. They take sole advantage of them. I went through that shit with 2 of my bunkies, and they used to say I was crazy. They would tell them in a minute, you don't want to go in there with her, because that bitch, she is not going to play. I was not playing with them. I didn't care nothing about bitch. I'd rather be crazy than to be a fucking whore or trash and this, that, and the other. But I wasn't playing with them. And one little girl, I was really solely hard-hearted for her. She had 2 kids. And she did what I told her not to do. But after that shit happened to her, some kind of way, it flicked her. She bucked up. She bucked up and she wasn't taking it no more. But I told her, when I seen the bulldagger chasing her around the fucking yard, I said, let me tell you something. She said, Gilmore, they already told me don't bring nobody to your door. You don't play. I said, don't bring them bitches to my door. And I'm not playing that. I said, if you want something, I got enough commissary in here. I don't eat candy and cakes and shit like that. But you want some tuna and shit like that until you get your money on your books. Anything in my locker, you can have it. Don't bring them bitches to my door. I don't want them around my door. I don't want them by myself. None of that shit. Because I don't play all of that. So she went on out there. She started meeting the little, and they come, the other girls, when I'm going out to eat chow, they telling me, Gilmore, you're bunky. I'm like, y'all mind y'all motherfucking business. Leave her alone. So she got the hang of it. The fucking bulldagger took her to commissary. And she filling out the list. I'm seeing her down in the, because some prisons, they got 2 tiers. It's called the top tier and the bottom tier. Me in prison, they knew. My record said, put that bitch on the top tier and make sure she got a top bunk. I was not playing. I'm not getting on no bottom bunks, none of that shit. If my back hurt, I still climb my ass up on a little ladder and got on the top. I do top bunks. So I'm on the top tier, but I can see over the rail. I can see her sitting at the table, her and the dyke filling out the paper. I'm just telling y'all this shit because, see, people talk that shit about prison, but that shit is real. They filling out the commissary seat. I'm just shaking my motherfucking head because I knew what was coming next. They go to commissary. She come back in there. She got all this. Gilmore, I bought you something for commissary. I said, no, I don't want it. I'm okay. Because, see, that's another thing. That's how they, and they do it to the men. They bait you in. When you come in and you don't have nothing. Well, if you coming from, like when I was coming from county, my mother and them, they had already sent me money on my books from county. So my county money didn't hit the feds account yet. So I stayed in the feds for a whole motherfucking 3 weeks with no money. Eating the kitchen food and all that. I was good with that. My Muslim sisters and shit, they used to come bring certain shit. I really didn't want nothing from them. But I had one good Muslim sister. Everywhere I went, I had 1 or 2 good Muslim sisters that I know. And that's what I say, when you know you can trust somebody and that shit don't get thrown back in your face. I trusted them. And Muslim sisters are supposed to be good no matter what. So one, she would fix something all the time. And she would come in there, Gilmore, get up. I got this for you. Come on, let's go pray. Come on, let's go do that. To keep me busy, to keep me up. Because they knew I was on a ruckus. I ain't never been in a federal prison before. I was on a fucking ruckus. I was all over the place. So she come back from commissary. She got all this shit. Mother done sent her $500 on the commissary. She down there packed. They done packed her and the girl. So I said to her, so she bought, in prison, you buy your grades, your tennis shoes, stuff. So when my mother and them had sent me my money, my mother, my son, may rest in peace, Rico, whole lot of dudes on prison, they were sending money to my books. But I knew it's only certain shit that I really needed. So you buy your tennis shoes, your grades and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? To hold you over, because that's what you wear when you ain't wearing the jail uniform. She come back in there. She got grades for her, the bulldog and everything. I'm just sitting there looking at. So I'm sitting on the top of my bunk just looking down at her. She was like, Gilmore, why you looking at me? And I told her, I said, I'm going to tell you something. You get ready to get in trouble. But what you're not going to do is you're not going to bring that shit in here. You get ready to get yourself. I said, you done got yourself into something. Because I knew this little stinky ass bulldagging bitch. She done got all the little girls. I said, you get ready. But she was like, Gilmore, it's okay. I'm going to be all right. I said, okay. Handle your business because I'm going to mind my business. So one day they was out there arguing. Her mother told her, she sent her the $500. She was like, I'm taking care, and which was true. I'm taking care of your kids. I sent you that $500, and which was true. That shit should have lasted her for at least 4 months. You ain't got that much on commissary to buy. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no motherfucking body eating all that shit. She buying tuna, noodles, cake, pies, ice cream. She got all this shit for her and the bra. She come back in there. She's talking about, Gilmore, let me ask you something. And with me, every prison I went to, I worked because that kept my money down to a level. I had to pay restitution for my charge. And if they go in your account and see that you got more over the money, then they take what you got in your account and put all that to restitution. So I went to my accounts and I had to bank that shit out. Because one time I said, my son sent me some money and I told her, send that shit back to him. All of it. Send it back. Send it back. Because I already knew I wasn't going to be able to spend all of it because they was going, every month, they was going to take something out of it. So my counselor, she was like, I said, let me write it up and send that money back to him. So when you work some prisons, it ain't much. You get maybe $15, and that's a month. That's not a motherfucking day. That's not an hour. You maybe get $15 a month. Certain jobs, like the kitchen was the highest working job, but I couldn't stay in the kitchen because they just do too much, all that stealing and all that. I wasn't with that shit. I was already in prison. They stealing chicken, all them bitches. But you gotta survive, so it is what it is. So she come back. She come in the room. She sitting down. She crying. I told her. I said, "Don't come in here crying to me. I don't want to hear it. This day we got locked down because it was a fight on the yard." So she in there, she crying, she sitting on the bed crying. "Gilmore, I should have listened to you." I said, "I don't fucking want to hear it. You done set up here, done bought this bitch all this shit. Now the bitch out there showing out on you. You gonna have to handle your business. I ain't got nothing to do with that." So she in there, "What I'm gonna do?" I have no idea. And in my heart, I felt so bad for her. I really did, because she was a pretty little girl. I liked her and everything, and she was real smart. So she like, "That's okay. I'm gonna take this shit." And I'm sitting there saying to myself, this is about to go the fuck down. It's about to be real bad. But I'm also saying to myself, she's still my little bunkie. I'm not gonna let them bitches jump her. But I didn't tell her that, because them bitches, them dyke bitches, they get together now. They get together. So I'm in there saying to myself, Allah only knows I want to go home to my son. But I swear I'm not going to let these bitches jump this little girl of mine. So they come, they on a bull home. We letting y'all out to go to child. Unit by unit. You go with your unit, stay in line with your unit and go to child. So she was like, because it was days, sometimes I didn't even go to child, but a lot of girls, every prison I went to, they knew that some of the chicken, because they weren't cooking that shit right. All that chicken and shit wasn't cooked right. A lot of girls, they knew that they could come to me and get the chicken, and they would probably buy me some more commissary, or they would already have something they knew that I liked, so we would swap off. So she was like, "You going, it's chicken day." So I said, "Yeah, because I'm supposed to give the broad on the compound, I'm going to give her my chicken." Man, we walking, so the girl, she coming from another unit. She like, "Gilmore, they gonna give you the bag. Put the chicken in the bag for me, and the other broad gonna bring them." I'm like, "All right." She was like, "She got your stuff." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm talking to the girl who I'm getting the bag from for the chicken. Man, I look back in the fucking line. Her and the dyke girl, they down there fighting like a motherfucker. So one of the girls in the unit, she was like, "Gilmore, your bunkie fighting." I'm just looking like, oh, fuck. They down there rumbling. So I see the other little dyke girl, she run down there. So I said, "Let me tie my motherfucking shoes." So I'm walking towards them. So I told her, I said, "Don't touch her, man. Don't touch her." So she's talking about, "Gilmore, you don't got nothing to do with this." I said, so I'm talking to them basically. Because I'm telling y'all, I really did not want to fight, because that would have been a shot on my ass and I wouldn't have came home. But I'm still saying to myself, I'm not going to let them do this to this girl. They down there fighting like shit. She done pulled the dyke hair out. The dyke done pulled her hair out. I'm like, "Look, somebody, y'all just break this shit up." So the other dyke girl, she was like, "Gilmore, I'm gonna go ahead and respect it. I ain't going." I said, "Yeah, because what y'all gonna jump her for? Don't jump her. She done been nice to all y'all, man. She done gave all y'all something. Don't jump the little girl, right?" So they break it up. So when you get in a fight in prison, the first thing them bitches do, they go to your motherfucking locker and they try to take all your shit before the police come up there to pack your shit out. But they knew they wasn't coming in my room to take her shit. So I tell her, she said, "Gilmore, I'm going in the shoe." I said, "Just go ahead, shorty. Just go ahead and lay down and just go ahead, do what you gotta do. I got your stuff." So I go back up there. The lieutenant come up there. He talking about, "Gilmore, you gonna pack her out?" I said, "Yeah, listen, don't them bitches ain't," because they have like certain ones that work for the lieutenant office that will come and pack. I said, "Them bitches ain't coming in here to pack her shit. I'm gonna pack her shit out, right?" So I'm packing all her stuff up. So I'm tying the bag, and I'm saying to myself, let me figure out how to tie the bag so them bitches won't take her shit down there and take shit out her bag. So he tell the broad to come up there. So I said, "Lieutenant Jones, I tied this girl bag a certain way. Come on, man, don't let them take this girl's stuff." So he was like, I'm going to take her bag over there. And we taking her bag straight to her so she can go through her stuff, Gilmore. So I said, all right, cool. So I'm up in my cell. I hit a dyke bitch downstairs talking shit, talking about Gilmore down there, Gilmore up there protecting her. I should have went in that room and took all that shit. So I'm saying to myself, bitch, I'm going to take this motherfucking shit and I'm going to beat the shit out you if you come up these steps. I'm not even going to play with this motherfucking girl because this shit is crazy. She mad because she couldn't get in my cell or get in the locker to take the little girl shit. Like that. That's what I'm telling y'all. This prison shit is fucked up. So them niggas can sit there and play all this hush hush. We was doing this in prison, this, that, and other, and I was that nigga. Fuck no. Hell no. So they let us out for rec. So she gonna tell me talking about Gilmore. Did you leave any of her cakes and stuff like this? I told her, I said, man, look, get the fuck out of my face. You know better than even ask me and shit like that. Whatever the fuck she had in there, I sent it with her. Why the fuck was you come to? She's talking about something. I knew I shouldn't have asked you shit. Cause yeah, basically. So she went to the shoe for 30 days. She come out the shoe. They tell her they can't put her back in the room with me because they get ready to give me a new bunkie. So she's sending me kites. Gilmore, please figure out how I can get back because I don't want to go in the room with nobody else. I don't trust these bitches, this, that, and the other, right? So I go down to the lieutenant office. I'm like, Jones, let her come back in the room with me because I don't fuck with none of these bitches either. I don't want them in my shit. And I don't know, you bringing new people in here, and I don't think that's fair. She came out of that cell, let her come back in the cell. He's talking about, oh, you want her back? He was like, you, because I was mean as fuck. I really was. And it wasn't so that I was really mean. I was missing my son. I was missing my sister, my mother, my nieces and them. And me going through that shit, I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? You can be somewhere, but your mind is not there. And I just wasn't there. So he was like, yo, mean, basically saying, your mean ass want her back in the room after all that shit. So I was like, just let her come back. So she come back in the room. So she in there, so she was crying. She was like, I was in the shoot. With me, I can deal with the shoot. I ended up going to the shoot anyway. So she in there, she crying. She like, Gilmore, I don't know how, 30 years. 25 motherfucking years old with 30 years. She was in a car with some little boys and they had she said they had rifles and grenades in the car. And she didn't even know that the shit was in the car. She was going out on a date. And because she wouldn't tell, they gave her 30 years. She was from Michigan. So she in there, she like, I don't know how I'm going to do these 30 years. And I said, after your little situation you just had when you fought that dyke back, you're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. I thought it was over. So days went past. She started staying in the room. I was like, you ain't got to stay in here. Like, go ahead, watch TV and shit. She was like, yeah, I'm going outside. So she started going out, walking around. We would go out to the back of the yard and we'd walk around the field and shit. So she going out. I'm just telling y'all how this prison shit is, man. So they told, I signed up for a class. So she was like, what is, I said, it's an art technique class. So she was like, I'm going to take the class too. I'm going to say, so we in class. This bitch walked in the class with a fucking knife. I would never, the dyke. I'm looking like, this is about, my whole motherfucking life about to end in this motherfucker today. She's standing at the door. She's standing at the door. The teacher back there, not even paying attention. The little girl, me and her sitting beside each other in the class. I hit her. I said, this bitch got a knife. She said, Gilmore, what? I said, this bitch got a fucking knife, man. So she at the door, she twirling the knife. I'm saying to myself, this bitch can't. Mind you, this dyke bitch, she got 50 years. She ain't got nothing to lose. She don't care. And that's how these niggas is in prison. She like, Gilmore, I said, let me tell you something. No matter what go down in here today, you better protect yourself any motherfucking means by any means necessary. I said the only thing I can do at this point is try to get everybody's attention and see if we can get this bitch out this building. But if I can't get out this building, you gonna have to, y'all gonna be wrecking, and she might stab you. She's crying, and I'm looking like, So I told her, I said, man, you ain't gonna die today, so don't cry. So me, Miss Badass, putting my thinking cap on. I get up from my table. So I walk to the direction, not of the fucking teacher, but I walk to the direction to try to get the dyke broad to go to the other side. This bitch would not move. So I told her, I said, I'm telling the dyke broad go to the other side. Because she went to the other side, she'd have had a better chance than running down on her on that side than them being face to face with each other. So I'm telling the dyke broad, I'm telling her, go ahead on the other side. She coming, go ahead on the other side. This bitch would not move from that door. The little girl got up, y'all. All the other people in the class, and that's how prison is. Ain't nobody saying nothing. They saw what was going on. All the other people in the class, they ain't saying shit. They just looking. I'm like, what the fuck? Little girl get up. She go to we walking. And I'm thinking the fucking bell is going to ring. If the bell ring, she gonna have to run out the building. Man, it seemed like the bell never rung that day. Little girl get up. She tell her, but see, she wasn't good at knifing people either. Because she tell the little girl, bitch, come out here. You thought that shit you did to me, you was going to be able, and I'm just saying in my head, this little girl, man, she cannot die today. Not in this motherfucker. So the little girl, she like, put the motherfucking knife down. Bitch, we going to fight. Put the knife down. She cut her on her arm. Her arm was bleeding like shit. I seen that blood. I said, oh, hell no. So I'm trying to, like, they fight. She cut her, but because she dropped the knife. So I took and I put my foot on the knife and slid the motherfucker back, right? So I'm like, I know I'm going in the shoe for this shit. They in the hallway fight. Her arm bleed from the front of the door all the way down the motherfucking hallway. I thought she had cut her damn arm off. Man, them motherfucking goon squad came down that bitch. I wasn't trying to, I said, I'm not going to break the fight up. I'm going to let them fight. I'm not breaking that shit up. The motherfucking goon squad came down, that motherfucker threw me on the ground and bust my whole fucking lip. My lip hit the cement. I was like, what the fuck is going on? So he was like, all you motherfuckers going to the shoot. So I'm like, fuck it, man. I'm going to the shoot. So they get us in the shoot. She on one side, I'm on one side. The dyke bra, she down the hall. Rocket other bitches, they in there because they got to fight. They wanted to fight too. They got to fight in the class and all type of shit. So me, I'm sitting there saying, how I get in this? I ain't got nothing to do with this shit, man. I'm trying to go the fuck home. So they coming around, the lieutenants, they coming around, they questioning all of us. I'm telling them I don't got nothing to say. I don't know what happened. Y'all supposed to have cameras in the building. Y'all look at them motherfuckers. I ain't got nothing to say. So Lieutenant Jones, he come. He like, Gilmore, what the fuck is you doing to shoot? I said, ask them stupid ass cracker motherfuckers you had to come up there. But my lip was busted. He could see my lips. So he was like, you was fighting? I said, I wasn't fighting nobody. When he grabbed me, slammed me on the ground, and my lip hit the fucking ground. So he like, I'm taking you and the other 3 inmates. I'm taking y'all out of here. He said, your bunkie, she's staying, but she got to go to the hospital. So I'm asking him, like, is her arm cut off, or did the bitch just cut her? So he said she just cut her. They bandaged her arm up. So we all going to the unit. They get in the motherfucking unit. These bitches want to fight over the TV. I'm just like, I'm telling y'all, this is prison. So I done got mad now. Because somebody done went in my room. They went in my cell and tore my motherfucking bed up. Took all the sheets, the blankets. You can't get in my locker because I had 2 combination locks on my locker. So they couldn't get in my locker. But and me and her was in the cell together. They tore all her little letters. They tore her letters. They fucked our room up. So I'm on the 10. I'm like, which one of y'all bitches in this motherfucker thought it was cool to come in my motherfucking shit and fuck my motherfucking room up? So now I'm in my head like, I ain't going home because I'm going to take care of this shit right here. This shit right here is disrespectful. So the little white girl that was in the cell next to me, she came, she said, Gilmore, that bitch Valerie did that shit. I lost all sense of direction. They thought they was in that motherfucker like that bitch lost her mind that day. I went down to that bitch cell and I told her I ain't coming in your cell because see, once you go in their cell, they give you 2 shots for that. You out of bound and you in somebody's cell. I said, they told me you was up there. I don't know what you was looking for, but the day is your motherfucking day. She said, Gilmore, you better get the fuck out of my face. I don't know what the fuck you talking about. You better take your Muslim ass upstairs. I said, bitch, the day the Muslim gonna whoop your motherfucking ass. I was mad. Y'all, my eyes, they said my eyes was bloodshot red. I was like, I'm fucking this bitch up because these bitches in here playing too much. Now you come at, you violated me coming in my fucking cell, tearing my shit up while I'm in the fucking shoe. So all the girls on the tier, they looking down like this bitch done lost it. Man, I took and rolled my motherfucking pants. She stuck her head out, I grabbed her mother. I swear to God, y'all, I grabbed this bitch and we get the record in that motherfucker. I lost all concentration. They come, all the lieutenants and shit, because I never ever got in trouble on the compound. I never said nothing. It was just like I was a fucking zombie. Like I was just quiet. So when everybody on the yard heard that I was fighting, they was like, who the fuck done pissed this bitch off? Man, they get down that motherfucker. I'm dragging her. She dragging me. I'm dragging her. We fighting like a motherfucker. But I refused. When I got her ass, I had her motherfucking head, finally got her hair around my head and locked into that bitch, and I was beating the shit out of her. The lieutenant said he thought I was a fucking wild cocoon. They couldn't get me. They couldn't unlock us. Man, we get down there. We get down the shoe. So he said, because the goon squad, they fucks you up. Now, you just heard me say they threw me down and bust my lip. They fucks you up. My lip still got the little splitting and everything. So he get me down to lieutenant office. He like, Gilmore, what the fuck? I said, don't ask me no questions. If you gonna put me in the shoe, put me in the shoe and let me just deal with this shit. Just go ahead. And by this time, I'm crying and everything because I was already angry. It just seemed like everything just came out of me. Like these bitches in here been fucking with me, talking shit, doing all type of shit. Now this shit done hit the spot. You know what I'm saying? I'm fucked up in this motherfucker. So I was told myself I don't got nothing to say. So we talking about she want an apology. Fuck that bitch apology. Fuck that bitch. And you better not put me back in a unit with her because the same shit is gonna happen. So he put me in a shoe. He come down, they kept coming down there, Gilmore, is you okay? Because they thought I was on some suicide shit. I was like, I'm all right, I can stay in here. Because I'm a self-preservation person, so I can stay in the hole and in the shoe. I can live in that shit by my fucking self because I'm in there by myself. So they put her across from me. She's sending me kites and shit. Gilmore, I apologize. Nah, bitch, you thought UCC bitches, and that's what they do to them little boys, man, and them little girls. They take advantage of them because they think they look so vulnerable, like they not going to fight back or they're not going to defend themselves or they going to stand in the corner and let you do what you want to do. And a lot of them bitches, they thought that I was like that. Like, bitches that came on know me from prison, they see me online, they be like, damn, Gilmore, you wasn't, because I wasn't talking. I wouldn't talk to nobody. I would talk to certain, but I wouldn't let no bitch disrespect me. When you start talking that shit to me, I'm going back with you. So we sitting. I stayed in a motherfucking shoe. They gave the fucking warden bitch. She said because they could see me on the camera, I went down on the tier and went to her cell. I wasn't in her cell, but I went to her cell. So I got more time in the shoe than she did. I stayed in the motherfucking shoe for 7 months. I ain't give a fuck. I was good. The little girl, she ended up getting into another fight in the kitchen. She was working in the kitchen. She done lost her mind too. She threw hot grease on her bitch. She threw hot grease on the bitch. So she come down there. While she at the front, she calling my name. Gilmore, I'm in here too. I said, what the fuck you do? She done got burnt on her fucking arm and everything. Man, this little girl, and she's in FCI, Alabama right now. She said she won her case. She'll be home. She got 15 more years. I told her, because my other friend, Tanya Davis, she got 10. This little girl got 15 more years, but I told her she ain't gonna do that 15 more years. She gonna do about 5 more years, and they gonna let her go. So we in the shoe like niggas, screaming back and forth with each other. And now it's come Ramadan. When you in prison, man, That's what I'm telling y'all. That shit them niggas talking about, they bullshit. But the dudes get more advantage than the women, though. They really do. So I'm telling them, y'all know I'm in this motherfucker. It's Ramadan. Why the fuck y'all can't just bring me my meal when the sun go down? All the bitch gotta do is walk across the tea and bring my shit. I had to kirk out in there again. They didn't give me the feast. They gave everybody else the feast, but they didn't give me the feast. So Sister Tanya, she's in Florida right now. She in Tallahassee. I can hear her out the window telling them, y'all motherfucking bitches ate and y'all ain't have enough respect to get Gilmore or fuck. She in the fucking shoe. I can hear her out the window. So the police come to my cell and say, Gilmore, you ain't ate. Bitch, you know I ain't fucking eat. I've been in here all this motherfucking time. It's fucking 11:30 at night. They just cleaning the kitchen to go out. Bitch, you know I ain't eat. So I'm cussing the police bitch out. This bitch goes and tell the police in the office that I didn't eat. So Sister Tanya, I hear her out there, Gilmore, don't worry about that shit. I got you tomorrow. I'll bring you some shit over there. Fuck these motherfuckers. They ate all the shit and this, that, and the other. Right? So I'm saying to myself, these bitches is fucking gutless, man. They heartless as a motherfucker. The police nigga come back. I ain't give a fuck about, after he bought this right here, I ain't give a fuck about the feast. This nigga came in, I hadn't eaten chicken in 5 years. This nigga came in there, he had a fucking Kentucky Fried Chicken box with 6 pieces. Y'all, I ate that chicken like I was living on the woods. I ain't lying. I was eating the fuck out that chicken. He was like, if I get a shot for it, I'm gonna get a shot for it. But they saying that they didn't bring it over here because the police that was on duty, she forgot to let them in the gates. And Gilmore, I was like, I don't even give a fuck. Is you gonna give me that? Just give me that. I'm good. But to tell y'all all this, like, that prison shit is nothing nice. It's nothing. It ain't all green gravies and all strawberries and creams. It's not. It's a lot, and it's a lot for the women too. And for me, I tells the truth. I went through a lot of shit, man. That wasn't the first time I was in the shoe either. I went through a lot of shit. But you gotta. It's just like if you on the street and you in a gang or you hustling or whatever, you gotta make your mark in that motherfucker. But once a nigga sexually assaults you, you have no ups. So when they playing with these niggas out here talking about they was raped in jail and a nigga taking ass and this stuff like that, that shit ain't nice, man. That shit is very hurtful and hurtful and harmful. Just like that boy Tank killed himself over that shit. And we was young, in our early 20s, and that boy did that shit to himself. Because he couldn't live with the fact that his mother and other people knew that he was in jail going through some sexual shit. And nobody will never know if he got sexually molested when he went in there, and that turned him to that. This shit not funny. That homosexual shit is not funny. So I'm just saying, like, again, this was the reason for me jumping on here. How do y'all feel about that shit? I feel some type of way. I really do. Because like I said, what a person does in their home or in their sex life or whatever they do inside their parental, that's their business. That shit is not to be known all over the fucking world. Cause people like it's like I said, this niggas on Instagram and shit with that shit going on. I look at them differently. I really do. I look at them. I don't look at them the same. I look at them differently. That homosexuality shit is real, man, and it's nothing to fucking play with at all. You got everybody. It's a lot of people out here. Like I went to a swingers party. I don't know if them motherfuckers was old people or young people. Because with me, I heard them and got the fuck out of there because that was something that was not for me. I shouldn't have been there. That's not my business. That's not my That's not for me. So I couldn't tell you if Barbara Jean, this nigga over here, Tommy Lou, whatever was in there. Because I didn't look at nobody's faces or none of that. And it was smelling in that motherfucker. We all know niggas draw heat. When you having sex or whatever, people sweating. And I'm like, these people don't even have no, air freshener, no air going on this bitch, or the air probably was on, but it was so many people and they on so many stairs, it wasn't circulating. So these people are out here having sex with different people. You don't know what the, I don't know if they had on rubbers. I wasn't looking. I don't know if they was protecting. I would think they would. I'm gonna get them that much. I would think they would protect themselves. I would think they would. So to me, it's a difference when a dude saying, I'm sleeping with her. That's a difference. Or a female say, I'm sleeping with her. And when you get to saying, I'm sleeping with Candy, Kim, Andrea, and Troy, and Ken, that's a motherfucking problem. I don't know about y'all, but for me, that's a problem. It's even okay if you say, well, me and my husband, we had a threesome with this female. But when you say me and my husband, we had a threesome with this man, and this female, that's a motherfucking problem. I'm scared of diseases, Mr. Morgan. Then he said, I'm with you on this, my little homie. My little homie got raped down low, and there it is. So when they sitting up here talking all this Lorton jail shit, there it is. There it is. This shit is serious. It's serious. And for me, like, the mental state of, y'all heard of Khalif Browder? That little boy, I will never forget that little boy. They fucking, and them little boys, when you see us, they fucking terrorized that little boy, and he did not commit no crime. He didn't steal nobody's fucking backpack, and they would not give his mother and them the prop. And when he came home, did you see how Jay-Z and them tried to help him? But see, when you don't know how to help a person in that type of mental state, it's nothing you can do. That little boy could not survive out here in society. That right there tells you a lot about that prison shit. He was raped by the inmates and the fucking guards. When you see the little stories and shit, and you see the lights, or you see the police going in the cell with them, that's what the fuck they was doing to him. That shit ain't nothing nice. So while they out here glorifying or talking this shit, yeah, so-and-so got their ass taken, and talking about a nigga knocked niggas out, and when he knocked them out, he knock them out and then take their ass. That shit is devastating to me. For anybody's child. Anybody's child. What's up, Emily? Anybody's child. That shit is devastating, man. Any female, that shit is devastating. It done happen to the girls too, and I told y'all that. I told y'all that. They done got to the fact where them bitches, the bitches are taking, they done had a girl in her cell. She in the cell sleeping. That's why I don't take bottom bunks. In her cell sleeping, and they went in that motherfucker and beat her up and took her clothes off of her. All because she didn't want to be, and my mother used to say, when you go to prison, all you got to do is just be quiet and mind your business. That's bullshit. Coming out my mother's mouth. Straight bullshit, but what do she know? All she thinking is, if you go to prison and you just stay to yourself, ain't nothing gonna happen. You can go to prison and be the quietest motherfucker in there, and you still gonna get fucked with. And I tried it. It didn't last. It did not last. I done seen bitches wait till girls. It was a girl in Alderson, FPC, when I was there. She came in as a whole woman. I don't know what triggered her. When she left that motherfucker, she was a whole man. And her husband came to bring her sons. And me and my mother and us, we sitting on a visit. Came to bring her sons to see her. She walking out of here. He didn't even recognize his wife. This bitch is turned into a whole straight nigga. When she got down there, he seen her. He was like, what the fuck? Her girlfriend on a visit too. And the mother of the girlfriend told her, hey, sweetie, how you doing? Is y'all in the same unit together? Y'all girlfriend or whatever. Her husband beat the shit out of her, bust her fucking face in the visitor hall, and he got locked up, and they took the kids. So this is what I'm telling you. This shit plays mental on all people. He got the kids back and he got out because he told them what happened. I come to see my wife and she a whole fucking man. Now, I don't know what happened to her, what triggered her to become a man, a dude, or whatever, because she had street help. A lot of them that be bulldaggers and shit in prison, they don't have no family to help them, feed them in the inside and help them, you know, go through their prison time or whatever. So they become men to bully up on the girls, get them a girlfriend so their girlfriend can take care of them. A lot of women like me or whatever, they come to prison and they are into the homosexuality shit. So they come in there looking for a girlfriend. That's why I said it's a myth to it. If it's voluntarily, okay. If it's involuntary, fuck no. Nobody should be touched when they don't want to be touched. I done had bitches to get in the shower with bitch. I done had an episode, but I'm going to keep that for my documentary, my book, or whatever I'm going to do. I done seen so much shit, man. Till I said, when I went to the penitentiary, that was the rawest of the raw. They had nothing but bulldaggers in that motherfucker. So in my head, I'm saying to myself, I done survived all these prisons. This one right here gonna give me hell, because I ain't going like that. I don't want to grin with you. I don't want to eat with you. I don't want to sit with you. I don't want to do nothing. So I become the target because they say, oh, bitch, you think you better than somebody? Who the fuck this? It's same street shit, but only is I'm going to see these bitches every motherfucking day I wake up because we all in one circle. You can't go nowhere. And who the fuck is going to the lieutenant office to snitch? Not me. So what I'm going to do is sit there and have to get myself together to figure out how. I done had shanks and all that shit. Oh, I done had the works. I done ran across some good bras in prison. And they was down with me for whatever. Like for real. Better than some of these bitches that I done had on the street that was my friend. And I'm dead ass serious. And a lot of females in prison, they very talented. Man, they would make fucking ice cream cones out of the taco shell things. They would take the taco shell things and make them real hard and swerve them around with the sugar and all that. That knit shit, that knit arts and crafts. They motherfuckers in there making blankets, pillows, shoes. I bought a lot of booties home and all that shit. It's some talented, even the niggas, it's some talented people in prison, man. Like for real. That drawing and all that shit. It's a dude, what's Gregory? I say Smith. Gregory Smith. He from Anacostia. He one of the dudes that killed that little boy over his Eddie Bauer coat many years ago. This motherfucker, he on Instagram. He can draw like shit. He can draw like shit. And I think I'm going to put some of his shit up on my YouTube page when I do this other stuff I'm doing on YouTube. But it's some talented motherfuckers in prison, man. Like for real. A lot of people, man, they go through things. You have to make your mark in prison. And if you can't make your mark, you just straight fucked up the rest of your time there. You get done to you whatever is coming to you. And speaking of the police, they don't give a fuck about you. Not one thing. Especially the dudes. Them young dudes, they come in there, they got all that tough, smart mouth shit. The police already know which gang gonna jump on your ass. You may not make it. And if you do make it, you're going to be the rag doll. They don't even sell motherfuckers in prison no more. They give them to them. Man, you got 2 cigarettes? Take that motherfucker. Go ahead over there. Let him get some and come back. Like, it's real prostitution. I'm dead ass serious. It's real prostitution. And I'm saying it's real bad for the dudes. Now, the girls, they sit there, they make dildos out of tampons, and they take their drawers and they strap that shit on. I done seen some of the wildest shit. I be in that, I was in that motherfucker like, y'all seriously humping these girls with this shit. Bitches going to the firm, they got infections, it's all type of shit. So if you not strong enough up here, because I'm telling you, I had to brace myself. And what really kept me going is I knew I had a child out here that I had to get to. I had my family coming down there, you know what I'm saying? When you getting visits and family coming to shit, that shit uplifts you and holds you. That's why it's a situation going on. I ain't even mad no more. I was mad, but I ain't even mad no more. Because the motherfucker waiting Jablip. So you got to do what you got to do. You understand what I'm saying? And it's fucking real. That's why I always tell y'all, if you got any family members, I don't care if you met the nigga on the internet and he locked up, be a sole proprietor to that shit. Write that nigga. If you got $5, send it on his account. You got niggas in prison that have no family, man. So if they see a nigga in prison, oh, he getting it, he got this, he got all that commissary in it, that shit enlightens them. And the only thing he can do is give a blowjob or get something stuck in his butt. Because he got to eat in it. And he becomes the fucking turkey bowl for everybody in the motherfucker. Unless one dude step up and say, nah, he with me, he belong to me. That's why years ago they used to say you got to be a Muslim. Because the Muslims used to save their brothers from that shit. A lot of that shit really don't go on no more, but then again it does go on. Because a lot of the Muslim sisters, I was against the shit that they was doing. I had 2 Muslim sisters, but they were actually dealing in the homosexuality. And I'm like, I'm not fucking with them. I'm not praying with them or nothing. So I became the target. And with me, I was a target on the fucking street, so it don't matter to me. But what I'm telling them is, I'm going to respect you, but I'm not, as our religion, bitch, I'm not dealing with you at all. And both of them, they was really cool. But because of the shit that they was doing in prison, I couldn't respect that shit. How you going to, what religion are we doing if I'm sitting here entertaining you because you are lonely and vulnerable? This is what you do. And one of them, she was an old broad. She got every young broad. She was an old Muslim broad. Them young girls would come, and y'all see that shit on TV when they at the gate saying, yoo-hoo, got me a new one. That shit is real. When them bitches getting off the bus, they timing, they sizing you up and all that shit. The shit is real. So old bitch, she got all the young girls on the motherfucking tee, and I'm just sitting, and when we going to Juma, she coming to Juma. When we having our meetings, she coming, and I'm looking at them, and they looking at me, and I'm like, I'm not doing this. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. I'm not doing. I'm not. And one, I liked her so much. Like, she had a good ass heart. And when I found out she was doing it, I was hurt. They came in the Juma and was like, you keep sitting with her doing this, that, and the other. You know what she doing in it. She doing it in the unit and coming to Juma. She came to Juma. I was like, sister, I cannot believe. And I was crying. Tears. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? And she said, Gilmore, it just happened. I couldn't. I told her, I'm going to pray for you. I got to get away from you. Like, for real. I went to one prison. They thought I wasn't Muslim because all the other Muslim girls was doing, they was into that. I'm the only one standing there looking stupid like, I'm not, but I don't care. That's them in their life. I don't got nothing to do with that shit. But I'm not praying with you. I'm not going over here with you. I'm not going. And one of the Muslim sisters, we had a meeting, and she stood up, and she said, we supposed to be Muslim sisters, and she was speaking about me. She said, but how is it that y'all take and y'all attack our Muslim sister because she's not going to entertain or endure what you do? We supposed to be Muslim sisters, but she was really, because I told them, we all will fight in this motherfucker before I stay in the Mars with any of you bitches. I'm not. Get the fuck. And I'm going to ask all to pray for me every day, but I'm not doing this shit because my letters is saying this shit is not right. And I know this motherfucker telling me the truth. I don't know what y'all possessing in here. So I'm telling y'all, that prison shit, all that kiki and 11, yeah, man, we was doing this, that, that's bullshit. That's because if a nigga catch you under the tear, he might slit your motherfucking throat and you out of here. So everybody, all of us, county, time, sales, everybody that's ever gone to prison, you went through some shit and it was not kosher. So we not going to keep capping this shit up because I'm sick of that capping shit. So y'all, I'm gone for the night. But what I'm going to tell y'all is, I'm getting ready to get my YouTube shit together because I'm really going to talk about this shit. I really am. All that capping, I'm sick of that shit because you making these youngins think that it's cool that they go to prison. Oh, you go to prison, it's gonna be all right. You probably can get this. No, you gonna get sold to the highest motherfucking bidder, or you gonna get sexually molested. You might get stabbed. You might get hung. You might not get fed by the guards. The guards might not bring you no blanket, no sheet, no food, no nothing. Let's tell some real shit about this prison shit and this homosexuality shit. Y'all niggas need to get yourself together. If that's what y'all want to do, that's what y'all want to do. But please try to be a little bit respectful and discreet about it. And everybody's motherfucking business ain't for the world. If you know that a nigga sleeping with men, you gotta get mad at him and tell that shit. He might got kids and a girl and a wife. Like, try some of this shit you got. And then you be the same bras doing that shit to these niggas. And you done slept with them. So where does that favor? Where does that favor? So if he taking it in the ass, you taking it in the ass too because you sleeping with him. It's, hey, it is what it is. It all goes together. It all goes together. If I find out that I'm sleeping with somebody and he taking I ain't gonna lie, y'all will never know. I ain't gonna lie, y'all would never know. But see, the thing about me is that nigga, he probably would never take another piece of iron fucking with me because I ain't dealing with nothing like that. And then when my mother and my son and them asked me, Mom, why did you do it? That nigga sitting up here, laying up here with me, and he know he taking iron. I'm gonna be mentally fucked up. I'm just telling y'all. I'm going to be mentally destroyed. That's a lot. I'm not even playing. That's a lot. Because I hear females, you know, the anal sex thing. When I go to the bathroom back there, it's hard. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I gotta take a laxative. I'm just keeping it 100. Sometimes I gotta take a laxative to do what I got to do for the number 2 or whatever you call it. So for somebody to, that's a lot. And we women, do not get me wrong. If that's what you like to do and that's your preference, how you satisfy your man or whatever the case may be, okay, cool. That's your man. We as women do what we need to do to please our man. I just said it. If motherfucker get out of jail and say he want to orgy or whatever, I'm gonna buy the bitches for him. I'm dead ass serious, but I'm just not gonna entertain that. I'm not gonna be in that with them. I'm gonna let him go ahead and do what he gotta do. So I understand that's nature. That's human life. That's nature. That's human life. But for me to sit and know that I'm laying with somebody and he taking steal, that's not what Allah put us here on this earth to do. Adam had Eve, Eve had Adam, man, woman. So all this swapping up shit, that shit came from somewhere. I don't know. I don't care. They saying it really started in prison. Maybe. But like I said, it's a lot of people that's not in prison, that's never went to prison, or the street men who indulge in that shit. Like I said, I had faggy uncles. They had never been to prison. They hadn't. So it does not really start from prison. I hear men saying, well, I was born like this. That's a myth to me. That's bullshit. Maybe it is in your genes when you born like that. You like to be like a girl or whatever. You got Dwayne Wade in them and they slandering them. This little girl, she was a fucking child though. You know what I'm saying? And I understand what other people are saying. She was a child. She didn't want to be a boy. She wanted to be a girl. So now they dressing up. She got a little white boyfriend and everything. Oh, I mean, you know, hey, you do what you do. I guess to say this. But for me, I don't think I would have let my son. You want to be homosexuality or whatever? Okay, we're gonna deal with that part. But to actually let you turn and dress up like a girl, I don't think I'd have went that far. But them motherfuckers, they think they rich, they got money, they do what they want to do. But for me, as a mother, as a parent, he homosexual, whatever, we can deal with that. But for me to actually let you turn around and dress up like a girl, change yourself like a girl, and you still walk around here with a penis, and then you want to go and get, it don't matter what color he is, but still go get a little white boyfriend, and now you in my house, you a girl, and you a white boyfriend. That's a lot to deal with. That's like there. And see, we black people, we settle for things because, you know, I know some females, it's a lot of females, they know their boyfriends or their husbands like doing that. And from my understanding, and I feel that it's true, if they giving out the meat, they taking the meat too. So if a nigga just tell you, nah, I'm not a lot of dudes, they say that I'm not a homosexual, I do it to them, or I let a man give me a blowjob or whatever, you're a homosexual because you having the same sex on you, you're a homosexual. So all that, from my understanding from that homosexual shit, if they taking it, they giving it too. So if your boyfriend is taking it, I mean, if he's saying he giving it, he taking it too. I hope that makes sense to y'all, because I don't want to go into all the word phrasing, because that's just too disrespectful, I think, to come out of my mouth for me as a woman, the woman I am. I ain't all that. So if he say he giving the eye, he taking the eye too. Because I heard it go both ways. Like they like flipping, you know, they flipping them. Okay, if I give it to you, then you gonna give it to me. It is, and for me, that's mental. That's a lot. So when I'm looking at this dude, and he telling me I'm bisexual, that means you giving it, you taking, and he's sleeping with women. Pray for our people. It's a lot. It's really a lot. And I think a lot of these young girls, they have gotten into this fantasizing thing in their head that, you know, well, this is how this dude telling me to do this. And that's why a lot of these old dudes, they like these young girls, because they can manipulate them to do things that they know they can't get an old head broad to do, because she ain't going for that shit. Like me, I'll make me the perfect example. So they go for these young girls because they know they can twist their head up and tell them, look, shorty, we just having sex. It's just sex. You ain't got to worry about that. By the time they done finish with her, she done so much shit. By the time she get my age, her insides is fucked up. She rotten. She's destroyed. And that's why I say people got to step up as parents and gravitate and get a hold of your kids, because you don't know what's really going on out here. You don't know what's going on. And a lot of these old, dirty bald ass niggas like these young girls, and it's sad because they be the same niggas that be having daughters these little girls fucking age, man, and you doing it to somebody else's daughter, but you don't want nobody to do that to yours. That's crazy. And that's the same thing. Like I told a bitch, you like my son, bitch, you 60, you best of, and my son, he knew. He like, oh shit, they gonna tell mama. She come in that corner talking about, right where my son live at. Hey, how you doing? You Silk Marva? I'm looking at this bitch. I'm like, yeah. Oh, Silk is a handsome little dude. I told him I'm moving in. You gonna move in and do what? Bitch, you about to get your motherfucking head bust. You take your wormy ass on some motherfucking way. Like, for real. I'm dead ass serious. But a lot of these old broads, Stella got their groove back. I don't want no fucking boy that's fucking 30-some years old. He's sitting in my house playing the game. But I had a girl to tell me that shit, but she's not 50 or 40-some years old, so I guess she still can hang. But I guess the little dudes she was messing with was like 35 or something like that. She was like, no. I'll take them in there. I'll take them in there, feed them some cereal, let them play the game, and, you know, do what we do, and they go home. And I was looking at her, I was devastated, but I was laughing. But my son, no ma'am. Stay your ass in your lane. But it works, there again, it works both ways. You got the old bras wanting the young dudes because they want to feel like they got Stella got their groove back. And you got the old niggas wanting these young girls and tearing their ass up, just destroying their whole fucking MO of their life. Like the little stripper girls, they starting to even, I mean, like these little girls starting to look hard. I'm for real. The little girl that came to me about the stripper shit in my bar, I thought she was at least like 35 or something. This little girl is 28 years old. She is 28 years old. Breasts all up, ass all. I mean, she's built. She's a nice looking little girl, but I just took her to be like in her late 30s. She told me yesterday, I told her yesterday or the day before yesterday. Because I'm trying to figure out what, you know, what can go on with it or whatever. But she's 28 years old. And I was like, what? So that lets you know, like, they in these streets, man, getting into all different shit. You don't know what the hell is going on. So, y'all, I'm gone. But again, that homosexuality shit in that prison, again, let's stipulate on that. If it's voluntarily, it's okay. But if it's sexual molestation, that shit is not okay. And as I said, the majority rules on sexual molestation. So, this might be my last live for a while because I got a lot of shit to do. I got to get busy on some things. But in the nature of that, I'm getting ready to start my YouTube thing back up. I will post on here but I'm getting ready to start having some good shows. I'm reaching out to a couple of people about a lot of different things. I'm not going to tell y'all right now what the topics will be, but the topics will be good. I'm waiting for some guys to send me some things from prison. You know, they got mail, they got things that, you know, they want for me to discuss and how they want me to format and stuff like that. So it's about to get real. So I'm about to switch over to that and do something. So I will be posting on Facebook. I'll be posting on Instagram, but I think I'm going to take the talking stuff. And y'all know how I am. I'll say one day I'm going to take my what is this, the lives and shit and go one way. I might still be on YouTube, but might jump right on Facebook like, listen, this is what I got to say, whatever, but I'm not going to mix the two. Everything is going to be different. So if I do that, then what I talk about on Facebook going to be Facebook. If I talk about someone between Facebook and Instagram, I put them two together. So what I talk about on Facebook and Instagram going to be way different from what I talk about on YouTube. So I'm going to keep it like that. So that's what I'm going to do. Ladies, I'm going to say this to you. It doesn't matter who you sleep with, what your sexual life is, how you feel you want to deal with a dude. You know, some people, I heard people, they get high and they forget what they doing. I put up another video about a dude saying how they do these rappers, some of the rappers that don't want to sign, and this so fucked up. So I gotta pinpoint and watch my son with everything. But my son is covered. Like, my son don't drink. You know what I'm saying? But it might not be a drink. They might got some weed that put some shit in or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? But he was saying how if the dudes don't want to sign up with them and let them sign them, they take and they put shit in their drink or whatever and they get them drunk. And here we go again. They basically rape them. Sexual molestation. So the next day, when the dude's still saying, man, he don't know that he was sitting up here sleeping with all these men because he was out of his mind about whatever they put in his cup or however they got him high. So then they pop out the fucking tape and say, look what you did last night. You see what you did last night? So that right there clicks him to say, I gotta sign with these dudes because I don't want this shit to get out that I was sleeping with no men. Then they go to getting high because they can't deal with or face what they just did. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't just happen in prison, but it happens, which is a fucked up situation to put somebody in. If I say I don't want to sign with you, I don't want to sign with you. Like, my son don't want to be signed. He just want to, you know, he want to do what he want to do. He got his shit how he want to get. And in reality, I'm getting into, because I'm trying to make sure he goes in the right place, or, you know, his shit is right. So I'm reading stuff online. I'm getting into all that, you know, how the music business going, the industries. Then I put up something. Puffy may have killed Kim Porter. So did she know that this nigga might have been gay? Like, it's a lot of shit that's going on and coming out. But in our head, I know this is the world we live in. But I mean, god damn, can we just live? Like, for real. All right, y'all, I'm gone. Or y'all be good. Just be good to yourself. Know your inner soul. Know which way you going. If you like a nigga that's taking iron, sis, I tip my hat off to you. That's you. But that's your business. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just got to keep your business under wraps and don't let these motherfuckers know what's going on. And a lot of shit is heartfelt hurting. So a lot of people, they result into going to therapy. I'm not going to therapy because I can handle my shit. Whatever it is. After I done been through that prison shit, I can handle my shit. So I don't need therapy. You know what I'm saying? But there are some times when I need certain people to have certain conversations with, and I know who they are. And those the people that I will be with until the time we left out of here, that I can have conversations with, and I know that shit won't stay between us. The rest, I'm not fucking with them. I'm not telling them shit. Don't ask me shit. I don't want to know shit. And you stay on your lane, and I'm going to stay on mine. Because people are not trustworthy. They don't have a genuine heart. They not. Everybody got to talk about something or want to tell something that has not one motherfucking thing to do with them or is really not their concern. So that's when it becomes you all are getting in the way. You got motherfuckers that's in the way. Don't get in my way. Just please stay in your lane and go where you going. You got people in your way. And a lot of people, I don't say nothing. I just see and I watch and I go about my business. You got a lot of people out here, man. They right on my page. They on Instagram. They all up. But those people, you got a lot of people that's around you that's really not for you. They really are against you. But because they want to be in your limelight and they want to be around you, that's where they are. With me, I don't want them around me. I can do without. I came in this motherfucker by myself and I'm going to leave by myself. You have a lot of people, man. People be having circles and shit in that circle. And it's not everybody's circle because a lot of people got good circles. But the majority of people really don't. You got if it's one, it may be one person, 2, 3, or 4. Them motherfuckers don't want to see you succeed. They just there. So they can see what's going on. So they can know something. I don't want nobody around me that just want to know something. Bitch, if you ain't pouring in to help me, or we trying to get some money together, or you trying to benefit me, bring my shit up and I bring your shit up, have a nice life. I wish you the best. Because that's a lot of dead weight to carry. I don't want to be around no bitch every time I'm looking at her, she looking at me gritting, or she looking and I'm feeling some type of way. Fuck that. Bitch, if you ain't got my back and I ain't got yours, there's no connection. And people need to know that. People need to know that. That's how that little girl, Shanquilla, ended up losing her life. She with all the motherfuckers she thought was her friends, and the whole time they was envious. This envious, jealous shit is real. But Mexico gonna get their ass. They got warrants for them now. They going over Mexico and ask Brittany Garner what the fuck she going through. She works 16 hours a day, ain't making $1 out there in that motherfucker sun, wherever they got her at in one of them motherfucking foreign countries. She can't even get back over here for a fucking bag of weed that really wasn't even weed. A small ass bag of weed that really wasn't even weed. They done took this girl life for a whole fucking 10 years. It's crazy. So we all have to live how we live for ourselves and make sure yourself is covered. But again, that homosexuality shit is just way too much. Good night, y'all. Love y'all. Love everybody. See y'all later.